Good morning, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. It's Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, and this is your AM update. The jury in the Sean Diddy Combs trial reaches a verdict on 4 out of the 5 counts, but it's not over yet.
The Senate being evenly divided, the vice president votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
The Senate passes President Trump's big, beautiful bill, sending it back to the House for final approval. Will it make it? Elon Musk rages against the bill as President Trump sends his former first buddy a warning.
The snakes are fast, but alligators are big. We're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator.
President Trump tours a brand new illegal alien detention facility dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. All that and more coming up in just a moment on your AM update. Celebrate Independence Day with an epic July 4th sale. Stock up on supplements from BrickHouseNutrition.com and save big, 25% off everything with code FIREWORKS25. You can get Lean, their #1 weight loss supplement packed with natural, studied ingredients, no injections, just real results they say can help you slim down in time for summer. Or try Field of Greens, the superfood drink so powerful, they guarantee your doctor will notice your boosted health or they will give you your money back. Collagen peptides are another favorite for glowing skin and hair. Beauty experts say collagen can be the fountain of youth for skin and hair. From weight loss to wellness, Brickhouse Nutrition has it all. This sale is huge, but it's only here for a few days and products will sell out. Don't wait. Head to BrickHouseNutrition.com. Use Fireworks25 for 25% off. Go big this 4th of July. BrickHouseNutrition.com. Stock up now. On Tuesday, the jury reaching a verdict on counts 2 through 5 in the Sean Diddy Combs criminal trial, but informing the judge they are unable to come to agreement on count 1, racketeering conspiracy. The defense and prosecution meeting with the judge to discuss options, both sides agreeing that the jurors ought to be allowed more time to deliberate. The judge calling in the jury to ask that they continue deliberations on count 1 and not to reveal their verdict to the court on the 4 other counts. The jurors concluding for the evening shortly after that. Counts 2 and 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, each carries a maximum sentence of life in prison with a minimum mandatory sentence of 15 years. Counts 3 and 5, transportation with intent to commit prostitution, each carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Mr. Combs denies all charges. Earlier in the day, the jury requesting 4 sections of transcripts. The first, Cassie Ventura's testimony regarding the Intercontinental incident. That's the moment captured on security footage showing Ventura attempting to flee a freak-off, these marathon sex sessions involving male escorts, when a towel-clad Combs knocks her to the ground, kicking her and then dragging her. The second, Ventura's testimony regarding the events at the Cannes Film Festival and those that followed. Ventura previously testifying to getting into an argument with Combs at Cannes after Combs accused her of stealing his drugs. She testified that on a commercial flight home, he showed her a video of one of her sex sessions or freak-offs and threatened to release it. The third and fourth pieces of testimony relating to Ventura's testimony about freak-offs with male escort Daniel Phillip and an incident at the Essex Hotel in New York. Phillip testified to witnessing Combs dragging Ventura by her hair into another room during a freak-off. Phillip saying he heard Ventura screaming and repeatedly saying, "I'm sorry," as he heard what he believed to be the sound of Combs slapping Cassie around. She came back into his room, jumped in Phillips's lap, Phillips testified, adding, quote, "Her whole entire body was shaking, like she was terrified." The jury returns today for more deliberations. We'll bring you the verdict as soon as it comes.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the vice president votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed.
Vice President JD Vance casting the tie-breaking Senate vote on President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act on Tuesday. The bill narrowly advancing after a record-setting 26 hours of voting on amendments. Republican Senators Tom Tillis of North Carolina, Rand Paul of Kentucky, and Susan Collins of Maine joining with every Democrat to vote no on the bill. The Senate-approved version clocking in at just under 900 pages. It makes most of the 2017 Trump tax cuts permanent, cuts taxes on tips up to $25,000 per year, cuts taxes on overtime pay up to $12,500 for single filers, making up to $150,000 a year, provides funding for defense and border security, and adds work requirements on Medicaid recipients, with some exceptions, including for pregnant women. The Senate also doubling the Rural Hospital Fund to $50 billion to offset concerns about some cuts to Medicaid. The Senate version approving billions of dollars for border security measures, including the completion of the southern border wall. The Senate did not approve the House-passed ban on Medicaid funding for transgender medical coverage. That provision was reportedly stripped by the Senate parliamentarian who ruled it in violation of the Senate's restrictions on non-budgetary items in the reconciliation process. Republicans still hoping to meet the self-imposed deadline to put the bill on the president's desk by the 4th of July. But this thing is not a done deal yet. The bill must now go back to the House for a final vote, where it is far from a slam dunk. Axios reporting Speaker Mike Johnson is facing an explosion of internal anger among some House members over the Senate's changes to the bill. South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman calling the bill a non-starter. One anonymous House Republican telling Axios there are well over 20 GOP lawmakers threatening to vote against this thing. Republicans can only afford to lose 3 votes, assuming full attendance and every Democrat votes no. In May, the House advanced its bill by just 1 vote. Many fiscal hawks, like Norman, are outraged by the deficit increase in the Senate-approved bill. The Congressional Budget Office projecting the Senate's version will add $3.3 trillion to the deficit over the next decade, almost $1 trillion more than the House version. Trump's chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors, Stephen Moran, arguing Tuesday on Fox that explosive economic growth and tariff revenue will offset the CBO's projected deficit increases.
Let me tell you all the things that are not included in the CBO score that are getting ignored by the doubters in this process. There's going to be about $3 trillion of tariff revenue coming in, too, that because they don't come in through the legislative process, they don't get counted in the score. And there's also another about $1.5 trillion of reduced interest expenses because we're borrowing less for all the other things. You add all this up, you get to about $8.5 to $11 trillion of reduced deficit from all of these means of bringing the deficit down.
President Trump posting on Truth Social in part, quote, "The biggest winner of them all will be the American people, who will have permanently lower taxes, higher wages, and take-home pay, secure borders, and a stronger and more powerful military. We can have all of this right now, but only if the House GOP unites, ignores its occasional grandstanders, you know who you are, and does the right thing, which is sending this bill to my desk." House Republican leadership releasing a statement reading, quote, "The House will work quickly to pass the one big beautiful bill that enacts President Trump's full America First agenda by the 4th of July. The American people gave us a clear mandate, and after 4 years of Democrat failure, we intend to deliver without delay." House leadership aiming to begin considering the bill on the floor this morning. There are several procedural hurdles to clear before the final vote. Former first buddies, President Trump and Elon Musk, still not sitting together at lunch. In the lead up to the Senate vote, Musk repeatedly slamming the bill as a, quote, insane and destructive spending package. Musk writing in a Monday afternoon post on X, quote, "Every member of Congress who campaigned on reducing government spending and then immediately voted for the biggest debt increase in history should hang their head in shame, and they will lose their primary next year if it is the last thing I do on this earth." President Trump responding to the criticism Tuesday morning from the White House.
We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies. Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? Not everybody wants an electric car.
Musk replied to that on X, quote, "So tempting to escalate this," end quote, adding that he would refrain for now. President Trump later adding this comment.
And if Doge looks at Musk, we're going to save a fortune. Thank you very much, everybody. I don't think you should be playing that game with me.
Coming up, President Trump visits a brand new illegal alien holding facility nestled deep within the Florida Everglades known as Alligator Alcatraz. These days, it feels like everyone has an agenda. The media, big tech. But let me tell you about ground news. They do not filter the news. They show how stories are being shaped, spun, or ignored entirely so you can decide what to believe. Ground News is an independent app and website built to give users control over their newsfeed. It aggregates coverage from across the political spectrum and breaks down how each outlet is framing the story, including bias ownership and what key details might be missing. If you're tired of being told what matters or what doesn't, it might be time to take the power back. Ground News is offering 40% off their unlimited access Vantage plan for a limited time. This offer is available exclusively at groundnews.com/Megyn. That's ground, GROUND, news, NEWS.com/Megyn. Don't let anyone else decide what you get to see. Take back control of your newsfeed today. President Trump on Tuesday touring a brand new illegal alien detention facility dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. Joining the president, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and other state and local officials. Tucked deep in the Florida Everglades, accessible by only a single road or by air, approximately 37 miles from Miami, surrounded by a variety of snakes, alligators, and crocodiles, the converted airfield designed as a one-stop shop to process, hold, and deport illegals. The facility, constructed on an existing airstrip used primarily for training, will hold up to 5,000 beds, the remote location providing the added benefit of lower security costs. President Trump repeatedly emphasizing the natural advantages of the wetland surroundings.
The snakes are fast, but alligators, we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%. Not a good thing. You don't always have land so beautiful and so secure. We have a lot of bodyguards and a lot of cops that are in the form of alligators. You don't have to pay them so much. But I wouldn't want to run through the Everglades for long. It will keep people where they're supposed to be.
At the facility, President Trump touting his administration's success in sealing off the southern border.
With the help of those incredible Border Patrol agents, we now have the lowest level of daily border crossings ever recorded. As you know, last month, the month of May, just got released 2 days ago, the number of illegal aliens into the United States was zero. But there's still much work to do. In the 4 years before I took office, Joe Biden allowed 21 million people, that's a minimum, I think it was much higher than that, illegal aliens to invade our country. He invaded our country just like a military would invade. It's tougher because they don't wear uniforms. You don't know who they are. More than the populations of New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, and Philadelphia combined.
Governor DeSantis calling on other red states to follow Alligator Alcatraz as a model for cooperation with the federal government in facilitating mass deportations.
Biden let in how many millions, and you got to take care of them. And so this is one example of state operating this. The feds are approving it. On any given day, Florida constitutes about 20% of all immigration arrests nationwide. We've got very red states that should be doing this just as much as Florida's doing. That will increase their numbers. And then what happens is you'll have a lot of people that will deport on their own because they don't want to end up in an Alligator Alcatraz or some of those other places. So I think this is a model, but we need other states to step up.
President Trump also taking a jab at Democrat Governor of California, Gavin Newsom.
What's your message to Governor Gavin Newsom inside of this facility?
Well, the first thing you should do is come here and learn something, because they don't do this. They don't know. They wouldn't know where to begin, and if they did, it would cost them 100 times more. So I would say he should call the governor and Christie, and I'm sure you'd give him because his state is a disaster, and he doesn't do this.
And that'll do it for your AM Update. I'm Megyn Kelly. Join me back here for the Megyn Kelly Show. Or we might be live on youtube.com/Megyn Kelly as soon as the Diddy trial breaks, which could happen before. We're live on SiriusXM Triumph Channel 111 at noon. Check us out there on YouTube and on all podcast platforms.